we are going to see how we can create this picture. You should be able to access your Google Drive and create this document. Google Draw is an operating system independent. Click New, More, and Google Drawings. Google opens up with a transparent canvas. For our EPUB book image, we need 11 by 19 if it is a portrait, if it is a landscape, and 9 by 11 if it is a portrait. The width comes first and the height. 11 by 9 is a landscape. Right. I'm going to insert a shape for the grass. Google comes with a default blue color. I'm going to change the color to dark green. I know it is not dark enough, so I'm going to go down and darken it a little further, almost to the black but not black. Look at the web colors that Google gives us. So if you have a color in mind, you can find that and add it here also. Next, I'm going to add my sky with a rectangle. Make a bigger rectangle. Since I had the green first, Google brings me the green. I'm going to change the color to dark purple, and since it's not dark enough, I'm going to see how I can change the color again to the darkest possible purple. The outline is white. Let me change the outline to black. Now I'm going to insert an image. Google gives us 6 different ways to insert our image. I'm clicking Google search. Observe it says labeled for commercial reuse with modification. That means we can use this, and Google brings me images and clip arts. Since my style is clip art, I'm going to choose clip art and pick this tree. I picked the green tree for 2 reasons. Because now I can recolor it to suit my environment by image options, recolor, and the darkest brown, change its brightness, change its contrast. Then I'm going to add my grass insert image, grass. I have the black and the color version. I pick the color because it adds interest when you add the color. Always shift click to make the image resize proportionately. And read color options, darker brown maybe to the same color tone, change its contrast and lower its brightness. As it is under the tree, it will be darker than the tree. But we will have the moon shining, so and then we are going to add the log image, log, make sure that your image suits your purpose of the written document. This is going to be a picture book about a tree, actually a log becoming a living space for other living things. So I'm making it a little bit smaller and recoloring it in the same dark tone, adjusting the contrast and the brightness because it is going to be darker than the tree and the grass. Now it's time to add living things in the picture. Note that unlike Adobe or Word, we don't have to save. And I forgot to add the name. It's always nice to have the name so you can identify it later. Google saves the document for us. Insert image, bat. I picked this bat. He's fierce and he's going to fly far away. This will be a good example to show why I picked the colors, because once you pick the color, the recoloring options are very minimal. They're almost black or gray variations. So I'm going to reduce the brightness and change the transparency so that he is far away, that we barely see him. And now we are going to add the owl. Insert picture, owl, and I like this curious owl. Let's change the size. This digital composition helps me have a starting point for my drawings. Usually my illustrations are done by hand, and change his color to the same color tone, make him darker so that he pops out in the night. And a rat under the log, because it's a nice place for a rat to hide. Scale this little friend down. Rats are night creatures in the fields and in the yards. And since we don't have layers to lock like in Adobe products, we are limited in the way we can position things. Oops, it went all the way back. Right. I'm going to make it a little smaller so that his tail is tucked in, and he comes a little out. And change his color again. I'm going for a darker color because he is under the log and he will be right there. Now let's add our moon shapes. Because we don't have a lock function, it's hard, so you have to be careful of what you are doing. I use this yellow dot to reduce the width of the moon and change its color from default blue to pale yellow. I'm going to insert. I see that the sky has moved. Let me insert a star. The star I like this color. Change the default color to light purple. And time to add the text. The good thing with Google is that it gives you font options here, and all the fonts that I have in my system and things are listed here. You can go all fonts, display, handwriting, monopass, serif, sans serif, or you can show by how it is. Since I already have the font that I want, I'm going to cancel out, type my text, change the color to the pale yellow, change the font and the size to the biggest as it is the title of the book, and position the top. Now our cover picture is done. Make sure to add your name to your picture. You can say illustrated and written by, but I want to make sure that you know you can save this Google Drawing file as PDF, JPEG, PNG, and scalable vector graphics. Once you scale it, it will be saved in the folder you specified through your browser. If you really want to see, it will open in Illustrator, which is a vector program, but I am going to show you how to open it in the browser. So my tree, open with the browser. It's open in a browser. So for your assignment, you will create an image of 11 by 9 or 9 by 11 with 300 dpi and save in all the file format of PDF, JPEG, PNG, and vector graphics.